Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships Season 13, Week 2, Round 2. My name is Boma Fett. I am currently 4-0 and I'm in big trouble. I mistakenly made it into Chromium at the very end of Week 1. I thought that I was out of the woods. I had intentionally not accepted one of the feats in order to keep myself out of Chromium. And then I joined the Grand Arena. I thought that that locked me in, and then I could accept the feat and it wouldn't matter, but I was wrong. So I'm ending up playing against all of the top competitors in Division 2. So let's take a look at who I'm matched up against this round. Micas. Let's take a quick look at the hotbot for a comparison. Alright, you can see here on the hotbot that for the first time I am facing an opponent who has more red on his side than I have green on my side. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. This top section is GAC stats, and you can see that his stats are ridiculous. His best score is way above mine. His lifetime banners are above mine. He's got more offensive wins, just barely, but he does have more. He's got a lot more undersized. He's got some more clears. The only thing I have more of is defends, and I think that's because of roster depth, which is what we're going to look at now. All right, here in the roster summary, you can see that I have a slightly higher overall GP, as well as a higher GP in my top 80 and my top 65. He does have a higher GP in the ships, though. I do have 20 more Zetas than he does, and I have a tiny bit more speed at the top of my roster, but that's pretty even. He has 12 more Gear 13s than I do, so more than 50% more Gear 13s, and he has 8 more Gear 12s than I do. But here's the roster depth that I was talking about. I've got 83 characters Gear 11 and above. He only has 68. So he doesn't have a lot of depth. He's very top-heavy in his roster. But he knows how to use it. In the mod analysis, you can see that he has more 6-stop mods than I have, but we're really close in terms of mods with high-speed secondaries. He does have more mods with high offensive secondaries, though. In the relic summary, you can see that he has 33 more total relic levels than I have. He doesn't have any tier 7s. He has 3 tier 6. I have 1 tier 6. We've got the same number in the 4 to 5 range, but in the 1 to 3 range, he has 19 to my 9. Scrolling down, you can see that neither one of us has a Galactic Legend or Jedi Knight Luke. We both have General Skywalker. Mine is Relic 4, his is Relic 5. I have a slight speed advantage. He has a faster Darth Revan, but I have a faster Darth Malak and a faster Jedi Revan. His Wat Tambor is under-geared at Gear 8. Our rosters look very similar through that stretch right there, and very similar in the ships as well. We both have a 7-star Negotiator and a 5-star Malevolence. Alright, let's go back to the game and take a closer look at Micas' roster. Here you can see that Micas is using General Skywalker in the arena and Negotiator in the fleet arena. Well, let me just show you here in the stats. We've already looked at a bunch of stats, but look at this. His best finish is Division 2 Kyber rank 15. This is a top 15 player in my division, so I expect to get spanked. Alright, let's look at his inventory. Here in the Gear 13s, you can see we've got a bunch of Separatist droids, we've got a bunch of Rebels, including Biggs. We obviously have General Skywalker and the clones. We've got Darth Revan and Malak. We've got Vader and Grievous. We've got a Padme squad. We've got Jedi training Rey and Shaak Ti. We even have Wedge here. In the Gear 12s, here's where we find Bastila. We've got some First Order. We've got Hermit Yoda and Thrawn. Bosk is here. Bunch of Night Sisters. In the Gear 11s, we've got the Triumvirate and Palpatine, GBA, Jango Fett, New Gunray, Count Dooku is Gear 10, Scion and Nest are Gear 10, and then quickly we're into the Gear 9s. All the way here at the bottom in the Gear 1 Level 1, you can see that it's mostly garbage characters. Anything worth leveling up has been leveled up. And Wicket's low at Gear 6. Wat Tambor is low at Gear 8. Mando is also Gear 8, and so is Chupio. The Resistance heroes are here at Gear 8. Mothma is Gear 8 with both Zetas. Hal also has a Zeta. So this is a top player with a really good roster. Let's take a look at the defenses. Oh, he has attacked. All right, let's see. One shots. Oh, 2 against my bounty hunters. Nice. On the bottom. 1 shots all around. In the back, I see Phoenix still standing. 2 against the Night Sisters. Hasn't tried Phoenix yet. Interesting. Maybe waiting to see what I do. In the ships, took out the Malevolence, has not tried Thrawn. Alright, so I think he's waiting to see how I do. And if I can get the 1-shot full clear, then maybe he gives up. Alright, let's take a look at his defense. We've got Dooku, Magna, and Asajj. We've got a Hux First Order squad. We've got a Crew First Order squad. And then we've got what appears at first glance to be kind of a hodgepodge squad with Old Ben and Spirit and Droideka. But Old Ben, his leadership gives an evasion boost, and Droideka already evades a lot, and Spirit gets a lot of foresight, and so this is an evasion squad. Here in the bottom zone, we've got Grievous and the battle droids, we've got General Skywalker with Arc and Rex, and we have Shaak Ti with 5s and Echo. This is a really difficult zone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. I've never actually done a General Skywalker mirror match, so this may be the first time. Alright, I am going to make a plan, and I will come back and make my attacks. Alright, so I don't have time right now to do my whole match, so I'm going to do a few battles, and then I have to go to dinner, and then I will come back and finish up later or tomorrow. This kind of all hinges on being able to take out this General Skywalker squad, and hoping that there's nothing big in the back. According to his GAC history, he likes to hide Darth Revan in the back, but he usually saves General Skywalker for offense. I didn't see any case where he used both of them on defense, so seeing General Skywalker here, I think that he probably saved Darth Revan for offense. That's my hope, at least. I'm hoping there's nothing big in the back. So I'm going to go mirror match here, which I have never done before. So I hope that this goes okay. My clones are only Gear 12, which could be a big problem. Rex still hasn't gone. Why hasn't my Rex gone? Kneel at the same time. I am in trouble, folks. In trouble. Yep, I am going to lose this. Oh, come on. You should have been down. Are you kidding me? That's some garbage, man. He was down. That was total garbage. Ugh, really frustrating there. Okay. I think I have to take CLS here. With Han and Chewie. So I'm burning 2 more squads here, because normally I would split these 2 up. So that's really frustrating, but it's what I have to do. Okay, 32 banners there. We'll go after the shock clones with Padme. Oh, come on. Bad RNG. Bad RNG. Again! There we go. $50 banners, not very good. Did Shock T have foresight on those 2 attacks? Or did I just miss? Okay, we'll go after Grievous with Jedi Revan. And I'm not going to mark him yet because I want to knock down a few stacks on the B1. I don't know if that's enough stacks taken off. We'll go ahead and roll that. Spread the buffs. Take off a few more stacks. I do not have Jolie here, so no revives. Off some more stacks. Foresight. Mark him again. There we go. Now B2. We're going to call Bastila, get her a little extra protection. Knock down some more stacks. Knock down some more stacks. Foresight. Stun. Ups. All right, this is not going to be good for banners either. Yoda. 52 banners. All right. Let's see what's hiding in the back. Huh. Oh, you're kidding me. He actually put his Darth Revan back there. Okay, well, this is a loss, folks. I've got nothing that can beat Darth Revan. So, kudos to you, Micas. The fact that you could afford to do that and still get the full clear. Wow. I don't know what to say, man. That's unbelievable. All right, I'm going to go to dinner. I'll come back later. I'll clear everything but that Revan and take my loss. Okay, so I came back the next morning to make my attacks, and for some reason, my voice didn't record. So I'm doing voiceover after the fact. I was resigned to take the loss. I didn't think I could beat the Darth Revan, but I did want to try. So I was going to save my Vader, Thrawn, and Palpatine, and my Triumvirate in order to try and take out the Darth Revan squad. That kind of hamstrung me a little bit as far as going after the other squads. And the other squads are comps that I have not really seen, so I wasn't sure what to do in a lot of cases. I did know what to do against the Kylo Ren Unmasked squad, though, so I went after that one first. So, of course, I took in my Jedi Training Ray, and the one thing was that this had red in it, and I'm not used to facing a Kylo Ren Unmasked with red. I didn't think that would make too much of a difference, but I was a little bit kind of all over the place as far as where to attack. Kylo Ren was not taunting at the beginning, so I kind of wasted this hand wave, I think. I should have waited, and maybe I should have gone after red earlier. I tried to get a stun on Kylo Ren, that didn't happen. So now red is attacking, and I haven't even gotten a single hit on it. So finally I'm able to go after red, but then Kylo Ren gets the taunt, and I don't have the wave to get rid of the taunt. So I have to wait around, and I just have to attack him. So I definitely made a few mistakes in this. You can see that with R2-D2, I keep trying to get the stun. So over and over again, I just do his basic rather than doing one of his other moves because I keep trying to stun them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most often it works when they have the tenacity down. I put the wave on Kylo Ren Unmasked and then go back after red. Finally get him down. You can see that Kylo is doing some serious work on my characters, though. Here we've got BB-8 down into health. I get a stun there, so that worked. And I decide to go after Unmasked. I put the wave on Kylo, and then I go back after Kylo Unmasked. And the reason that I made that decision was because the stuns. I was not liking the fact that Kylo Ren can put the 2-turn stun on my characters. And so I wanted to get rid of that stun, even though Kylo Ren OG is a bit more of a damage threat. but it's that stun and taunt I wanted to get rid of. So I finally get the damage, or the healing immunity rather, on Kylo Ren Unmasked. I get Illuminated Destiny. I finally decide to just do Burning with R2. And there goes Unmasked. So it's just OG Kylo left. I'm not in any danger of losing this, or really even of losing any characters, but it's just not going to be good banners. I try and stretch it out a little bit, trying to get to Illuminated Destiny again, but I was too far away. It just wasn't going to happen. I do a wave here. I hide everybody except for Rey because she has the foresight. I just do a basic here, trying to keep Kylo alive a little bit longer. But at this point, he's going to die no matter what I do. So 51 banners, so I was a little disappointed in terms of banners on that one. Then I decided to go back to the back zone. There were a couple of lightweight squads here, so I went after the Phoenix first, and I was very tempted to go with a Wampa solo, but I decided that this was a good opportunity to get that feat done that requires Jango Fett and Zam Wesell. So I took in Boma Fett lead with Jango and Zam. So I knew that this was going to work, but I also knew it wouldn't be as many banners as just taking Wampa solo. But I thought, you know, I'm going to lose this match anyhow. I might as well get the feat. There's no guarantee that I would be able to get it next round, so I might as well take care of it this round. Zam put out some thermals, but there was no way I was going to get enough thermals to accomplish the thermal detonator feat, because I had put other thermal characters on defense. But I figured that I could at least get this one feat done, and it wouldn't be a problem here. So far, Boba's the only one taking any damage. And that's it, 53 banners. So the banners weren't bad. Next up is the Ewoks, and that's going to be a Nest solo. So I'm just going to do what I normally do here. I put it on auto, and I will fast forward the battle for you. And this was actually an easier Ewok battle than normal, because there's no Wicket, there's no Elder, there's no low grade. So really there was hardly any threat. Scout was not that highly geared, so not doing a ton of damage, and it's a 55. So next up is the Poggle squad, and I was really unsure what to do here. I actually went back and forth between a bunch of different things, but I've edited to show you. I eventually settled on Shock T, C-3PO, and Echo. My big concern here was I didn't know if I would have enough DPS to get through HK because of HK's regeneration. So I start off by putting Confusion on Sunfac to try and prevent Sunfac from taunting. And then I switch to HK and I start going right after HK. And I do this for a little while until I decide I need to take out the Geonosians first. So there, Sunfac got a pretty big hit, which kind of surprised me. I didn't realize that he could hit that hard. And so eventually I do switch over. It took me a while, though, to realize that I needed to take out the Geos first. So here, Sunfac actually helped me out by taunting, making me switch. And so I switched over, and you can see now I get rid of the taunt, but by this point, HK is back to full health and protection, and so I just stay on Sunfac. and I just attacked Sunfac. I figure I'll get rid of Sunfac. He seemed like the bigger offensive threat. HK really wasn't doing that much damage. I really thought that HK would be the biggest damage dealer, particularly against Shock T. But they stay really focused on Echo the entire time. They don't really go after Shock T at all. So I take a while to get through Sunfac. Eventually, I do finally get Sunfac down. And then I switch to Poggle. And Poggle goes down pretty quickly. And now it's HK. And I'm going to fast forward this part because you're going to see I keep getting him down and then he regenerates over and over and over again. And so I went ahead and I put it on auto. I figured that the computer would probably have a better chance of getting him down than I would. The computer would just take a lot more turns than I would, and hopefully it would get a lucky combination that got him down all the way. And he does get really close at one point, and then he regenerates. And so then I take it off of auto. I think, well, maybe I can do a better job. And so I'm trying to go as quickly as I can, but then I realize that I'm not doing any better than the auto was. And so I put it back on auto, and I just let it go, and just kept my fingers crossed. But you can see time is ticking down. It got really low there. We had him down in the red. Oh, man. But he regenerates. He gets almost all the way back up to full health and protection. So I figured at this point, this was just going to time out. And I just resigned myself to that. It didn't really matter that much to me because I figured I'm losing this match anyhow. But it meant bringing somebody else in to clean up. So here we are, 30 seconds left. He's almost at full health and protection. 20 seconds. I've slowed it back down a little bit here. And then the miracle happens. Here we are, we're at 10 seconds. He's got full health, and I get that lucky combo with 5 seconds left. He goes down, and I got a 54 out of that. So, miracle. I switch back up to the front, and again, I was having trouble because I don't see these comps very often. That Dooku comp and that Old Ben comp are not things that I think I've ever seen. And so deciding what to do where was a challenge for me. So I went in against the Old Ben squad with my own Geonosians. And what I figured here was that Droideca's the big threat, but I would have the Brute who could take the hits. So I was hoping that every time Droideka got his big hit, it just hit the Brute, and then I could revive the Brute. So one of the issues with this Geonosian comp, where you have the Brute Alpha, the Spy, and the Soldier, is that you're missing a lot of your ability to dispel. The Brute Alpha does have a dispel on their middle ability, but you can see I had some ability block that first time, so I wasn't able to do it. And just getting that dispel just wasn't happening for me as often as I would like. I kept going after Droideka, hoping that one of the hits would dispel. But eventually I decided I would go after Old Ben, get rid of Old Ben, get rid of those ability blocks. And there you can see it worked perfectly, where Droideka took out the Brute, and then the Brute Alpha revived. So, kept working on Old Ben to get rid of Old Ben. At this point, I should have been going after Droideka because Droideka was available, but I was kind of stuck on going after Old Ben. Old Ben is down, I realize Droideka's available, and I start hitting Droideka. And then damage immunity. So again, I keep hitting Droideka, hoping that something will dispel, but then I realize I should go after Spirit instead, so I switched over to Spirit. Now Spirit just got rid of the taunt there on the Brute. So that's a problem, because it means Droideka doesn't have to target the Brute now. I have the big hit, but there's damage immunity, so... And there's the big hit, it went against the soldier. So I did lose one character. Still got the damage immunity, even after attacking. And here I finally get the Dispel from the Alpha. But, look, he rolls right back up and has damage immunity again. So I had bad timing there. I've got to wait for that Dispel to come back around. It's going to take a few turns. It was very frustrating. I kept worrying that I would lose another character. I'm saving the heal so that I can revive the Brute. I end up not losing him this time, so I didn't have to revive. Again, I can't do the big hit because of damage immunity, and I get the Dispel. Now, I'm worried he's going to roll up again, but luckily he didn't. I do the heal, and I get the big hit. So 51 banners, not good on the banner front, but it worked. So next up is the Hux squad, and I take in my Kylo Ren Unmasked with Red and Executioner. Usually I take in Watt and Executioner, but I decided to save Watt. I thought maybe I could use Watt with Vader against that Darth Revan squad, and so I wanted to save Watt. So I take these guys in, and of course I don't get the first turn because I don't have Watt. I'm going right after Hux, and they go right after my Executioner, and they've got him low already. I stun their Executioner and then go back after Hux. They get their Executioner out of stun really quickly, but I was able to take out Hux pretty quickly, and then I go after their Executioner. So now I've got Red and Executioner that are low. But I do get rid of their Executioner. Then I'm able to get a stun on Officer. So it works, but it's, again, a low banner victory. So 50 banners there. So last up, we have this Dooku squad, and I have my Resistance heroes left. So I take in Finn, and Poe. And this is a squad that I usually put on defense. I'm not used to using it on offense. You can see that they've gone stealth here, meaning that I have to attack Magna first. And they keep stunning Resistance hero Finn. So I don't have inspiration. I decide to go ahead and stun the Magna Guard. I taunt here with Finn. And then again, they get some stuns. There's another stun. So over and over and over again, they keep stunning, especially Resistance hero Finn. And that's a big deal because he's the one that gives the inspiration. So, I mean, stun after stun. Do a little healing, get them out of stun, and they stun him again. And now everybody's stunned. So finally, Dooku is available to hit, and I take him out. Poe hits really hard. It's really nice. Even when he's not inspired, he hits hard. I go after Asajj next, and of course, she gets counterattacks. Quick taunt again. Do a little healing again. I finally got some inspiration, but I'm not sure how much that actually helped. So 51 banners, it was sloppy, but it worked. So on to the ship zone, and I was really expecting to see Negotiator back there, and instead I see Home 1. So Home 1 and Thrawn. And his Thrawn fleet does get a lot of holds for him, according to GAC history, so I almost took my Negotiator against Thrawn, but I thought better of that and decided to go against the home 1 with my Negotiator, and then take my home 1 against his Thrawn. So I go in short 1. I don't really have a good 4th reinforcement anyhow. And this goes basically how you expect it to go. There are no big surprises here. I go after the Y-Wing first, and then the Y-Wing taunts, so I have to go after the Y-Wing. Put the buff immunity on it. The AoE, and it's down. Then I go after Biggs. AoE. And the big hit here from 5s. And then Biggs is down. So for the reinforcement, I brought in Plo Koon. Usually I'll bring in Snips here, but I didn't think she'd be able to get rid of the Falcon in one hit, so I decided I'd just go for the healing. I probably could have brought in Snips and gotten rid of the Falcon before he was able to get in a reinforcement, so that might be a little bit of a miscalculation. But he does finally get in his reinforcement, and I quickly take that out. And then I'm able to bring in Snips, and Snips finishes off the Falcon. So 65 banners is not bad. And then next up is the Thrawn fleet. And like I said, in GAC history, this Thrawn fleet gets a surprising number of holds. So I knew it could be tough. I'm taking in my home 1. I've got my Houndstooth. Take in the Falcon and Biggs to finish out the starting lineup. And I do go with a full lineup of reinforcements. And he has both the Houndstooth and the TIE Bomber in the starting lineup. So I decide I'm going to go after the Bomber as quickly as I can. But he gets his taunt up pretty quickly. Now that AoE almost got down the TIE Fighter. So another AoE should do it, and it does. Luckily it didn't dodge. I'm still going after Houndstooth even though the Bomber was available, so that was a little bit of a misplay, and the Bomber was able to get burning on 2 of my ships. So at this point, I'm trying to decide who to bring in, and I decide on Cassian. People keep telling me, bring Cassian in first. And so I bring in Cassian, but I completely messed up because I forgot that the burning prevents them from assisting. So I have to call on the Houndstooth for the assist instead of the Falcon. But it doesn't matter much. We get the Bomber down pretty quickly, and then Boba Fett comes in. So we're stuck attacking Boba Fett because Boba has the taunt and has retribution. Now Houndstooth is taunting again. So finally got rid of the burning on the Falcon. Wasn't sure what this heal did. Looking at my ships, I was like, well, I don't really need a heal, do I? But it also gives advantage for 2 turns. So I eventually decide to just go ahead and do it. I suppose I could have done the basic here, but I really don't know this fleet. I missed the home 1 meta, and so I don't really know what I'm doing here. You can see I keep reading what the different moves do. I eventually go after Boba Fett. Get the breach again, so that my Houndstooth will taunt. Get rid of Boba Fett. And now I bring in the Y-Wing so that I can do the shield disruption, and that calls some assists. You got lucky with the assists. You can take them out like that. So 65 banners there is not too terrible. And so I've actually taken the banner lead here, but he just has my Phoenix and my second fleet to take out, which I know will be no problem for him. He's just waiting to see how efficient he needs to be. And so I'm going to go against this Darth Revan squad. And I decide that the best move is to take in a burner squad. So I don't want the burner squad to be too undergeared because I want it to get rid of both fear and the mass shock, the AoE shock. So I decide on Jawas. They're all gear 7. I figure one of them will probably live long enough to draw out that shock. But I do try and get Scavenger into the lineup so that he can put out thermals. Maybe I can get a lucky hit on someone. I wasn't expecting to kill anybody, but maybe I could take away a little protection or something. So this is the lineup I went with, and they're just in there to die. So there's the fear, and Bastila also used her ability, so I didn't get rid of the AoE shock, but I did get rid of the fear. So I decide I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn. And I know his Darth Revan is turn meter loaded, and so he's going to get the first turn, but he'd get the first turn anyhow based on his speed, so I don't think that's that big a deal. So Basti gets the first turn, she does a shock, Malak attacks, there's the big AoE shock, and I've lost EP. But I go into Merciless, I do the Force Crush to get more debuffs out there. I didn't really need more debuffs. They already have 10 debuffs of their own, so the Saber Throw is going to kill whoever I throw it at. I decide to take out Darth Revan, get rid of his leadership ability. I maybe should have gone after Malak, but I wasn't positive it would work. And then I tried the Fracture there, but of course it didn't work because he had Corrupted Battle Meditation. And I completely forgot that Corrupted Battle Meditation meant that you can't apply Fracture. So Thrawn died, Vader's about to die. I was cursing myself during this little pause here because I had forgotten about Corrupted Battle Meditation. And then there goes Vader. But I've gotten rid of Darth Revan's leadership, which should give my Triumvirate a chance. I can isolate Malak, and then I can annihilate Malak. Now keep in mind my Triumvirate is all gear 11 here, so I am at a slight disadvantage. But without that leadership, I think I'll be okay. My Triumvirate is also modded to face Geonosians, so a lot of defense and crit avoidance. I put the Isolate on Malak. Things are working pretty well here. You just need to get rid of Bastila. And of course, they're stuck attacking Scion, which is perfect. Bastila is gone. Now I just need the Annihilate to come up. But look at what just happened. Nihilus got fear. And what that means is that his turn meter is going to keep going down. He gets really close to giving him another turn. Look, it looks like he should be going next. Nope. Went back down. Again, turn meter's going to build up. Should be his turn next. And there it's back down. So I started to freak out a little bit. Like, we're at 4 minutes left, and yet I'm thinking Nihilus is never going to get another turn. So even if he's got his Annihilate ready to go, it doesn't matter. So it's just back and forth for a while between Scion and Malak, over and over and over again. And all this while, Nihilus, turn meter's going up, turn meter goes back down, turn meter goes up, turn meter goes back down, turn meter goes up, turn meter goes back down. I had the Held by Hatred, and so Scion came back when he was killed. I keep doing the Isolate in order to reduce the cooldowns, so that if Nihilus ever gets a turn, Nihilus is able to do the Annihilate. But it just is not looking good at all. We're at 3 minutes now, and Nihilus still haven't gotten a turn. In an entire minute of play, no turns for Nihilus. And there Scion is dead, and the attack on Nihilus finally gets rid of fear, and Nihilus is able to do his thing. So 20 banners, which is terrible, but I thought there was no way I'd be able to beat that squad at all. really happy with that outcome. 26:05 is not a great score, but I was impressed with myself getting the full clear. I was really happy that I got that full clear. Now I know that I can take out a Darth Revan squad in a pinch with a few other squads working together, and I knew that my opponent would come back and clear my Phoenix and my fleet, and I would eventually end up losing, but I was really proud of myself at this point. Alright, so I did get the loss. Let's take a look at what happened. He took out both of those squads in one shot and ended with a 26-11. I had a 26-05, so only a 6-banner victory for Micas. That's within the margin of the 10 extra banners I lost against that Darth Revan. So had I been a little more efficient in my other battles, I might have actually been able to win this. Now, of course, he knew what he needed to get in these last 2 battles to win, so it's possible he could have been more efficient. If I'd have scored a 26-11, he might have been able to come back and be more efficient in those 2 battles and win anyhow. No guarantees there. So I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to hold that close. I'm really proud of the fact that I got the full clear when he set both Gas and Darth Revan on defense. Had I had it to do over again, I might have tried my Jedi Revan against his General Skywalker. Maybe I could have won that one in one, and that would have maybe made things a little bit easier overall. I don't know. But anyhow, I am as proud as I could be in a loss. I would like to say thank you to Micas. I actually sent him a DM in the game and congratulated him and said nice match, and told him that I'd post this on YouTube so he could watch it. And so thank you, Micas. Great match, and thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.